Welcome, everybody. This is a Lent service. And I will say, forgive me if it's okay, it's all good. But this is our journey within ourselves. Everybody knows about, everybody ate their little fat punchies, what do you call those things? Okay, and they're 1,100, but we got our friend, he was giving me calories today, and he's my buddy. I think he's bribing me, though, for not wanting him, putting him here at the podium, because I've been putting some people here at the podium to help me speak, to give them some ideas how to talk, because it's about sharing, ain't it? It's about sharing with everybody. We're all family here. Nobody's going to do anything wrong. If you do, we're going to say you're your sisters and brothers, and we're going to say it's okay. We're all going to get better. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Lent is something like that. I woke up today, maybe I didn't have a very good day, but I'm not going to be in the light of I'm giving up, because encouragement means tomorrow's another day. We wake up indifferent in everything we do. And that's like Lent. Today, forgive me for what I have done, but tomorrow I need to work on it, and I'll work on it even better. But that's what Mardi Gras and that's what these things in before Ash Wednesday is, to remind us, to prepare us to have a celebration before Ash Wednesday, that we're going to be starting in our attunement to clean out our metal cabinets of what we're going to be doing. And that's what it's about, cleaning that out. So what I'm trying to say is that we all celebrate, we got to give up some stuff, and that's what it's doing, is that we're going to celebrate, that we're going to focus on something, and the Spirit Guide's doing that. You notice that's happening. The Spirit's going, Esther goes, oh, I'm still here, I haven't abandoned you. And Spirit, Esther, you need to stop it. Okay, so, okay, Spirit, all right, Esther, I will. Yeah, get to it. I'll get to it. Esther's telling me a joke. She wants me to tell you a joke, but we're not going to do that right away. We're going to get to you. Okay? So what it is that we're going to clean out our metal cabinets, and this thing is to celebrate Mardi Gras, is that we're going to be stepping into something that's brand new. Now, this may be a new territory for you, that you may not understand it, and you just don't understand Lent at all, but you want to try it. Okay, so this may be totally new that you don't know. Have you never done Lent before? I don't know if you guys ever practiced Lent before. So this may be a new territory for you. But what it is actually cleaning out something that you want to get rid of, or you want to atone. As you've seen the reboot on the TV program there, you know, some people want to give up chocolate, and some people want to give up soda. Some people just want to reflect on themselves, okay? And what we're doing is that every time we do that, we start doing a process. So what I'm going to do is I want to work on maybe smiling a lot more. So this week, for since from Wednesday, Ash Wednesday to Sunday, because Sunday I have it's a temptation, and every week we go through something. Like this week's temptation, next week will be something else. So I'm going to work on what I need to clean out for me that I need. So this week, this Sunday, is temptation. What do I want to be tempted on? Temptation can come in so many different forms, but what I'm trying to get before we get to the temptation is cleaning that out, meaning I'm going to work on process. I got to do the task. Like the 12 laws of karma, I have to do the work. I got to want to do that work too, okay? I can't just, let's say I'm going to practice Lent and not participate in it and not do what I have to do. I have to walk my talk, okay? So you got to understand what you, first of all, make a game plan, and then you exit out and say, what do I want to do a change about me? Well, I've decided, you know, yesterday it reminded me, I was at a clergy council meeting, and I needed to smile a lot more. I sure wasn't smiling there very often. I needed to smile a lot more. So then I thought about myself, what could I work for this week? I need to smile a lot more. So I'm going to work on this week by smiling a lot more. No matter what throws at me, I'm just going to raise up and say, well, this is Lent, and I got to walk my talk, and I got to do something about it. So I'm not just going to let it go. I want to do it. I want to self-reflect on me. I want to clean that out. So every Sunday is something new. It's also a time of atonement for spiritual growth within inside yourself, or re-examining what you want to do. Especially when you can go look in the mirror and sit there and say, well, I want to smile, but what else do I want to change about me? Or what could I do? I haven't been very loving lately. So I want to give to the maybe 40 days instead of sacrificing something, or I don't feel like I have to sacrifice, maybe I could give something to a homeless shelter for the 40 days, to every day to give something of myself. Maybe I want to dedicate the time of service to helping hands in the Eaton Rapids area would be helping hands by giving it to the children, and that's just for them. Maybe I want to work on that for 40 days, and that's what I want to give. But every week you'll have something different, and this is temptation. And I want to get into the Bible now, what we set up the Lenten journey for, and especially in Ephesians chapter 4, it says, "Then I go no longer will be like a child forever, changing my minds about whatever we become." What I want to set it up is when we're younger or when we get into Lent, we're not a mature person and spiritually. We want to change it. So it's like almost like when I was a child, I spoke like a child. When I was a child, I also thought like a child, and I did my deeds as a child. But mature in spirit, and as I grow up, I become more mature in spirit. And that's going like through a Lenten journey, a process of that. I started out this way as a child, and I grew spiritually. And I want you to think of it as a child growing spiritually. So spiritually, I grow, okay? So we're all in tune of trying to raise our consciousness up of what a betterment of what we need to be. So now in Ephesians, when we start growing in our spiritual journey and towards the next Sunday towards Lent, you're no longer a child. You're starting to develop like a mature spirit. You're starting to understand yourself. You're starting to let God take control. You're no longer in control. I was no longer in control with my spirit guides. I let Esther come in and take over. You've seen the proof with that, and plus the watch. There was nothing, whatever that little ting-ting was, I don't know what was going on. I know that was Esther. She does physical phenomena. See what I'm saying? I don't know if you heard that, okay? That's you in Lent. Let God take you in. Let your guides come to you and tell you what you need to be changed in. What would you like to self-reflect by cleaning out your cupboard? It's not about sacrificing. It's about what you want it to make it. What do you want to do you can give to the needy? What do you want that you want to learn your guides? You want to learn your master teachers. You want to learn about yourself. Or I hadn't had time to repaint. I don't understand. I even had hobbies. I don't understand that. I didn't even know that I was a poet. Take the time to get to know yourself. Look in the mirror. Be the mature spirit. And that says here, when you no longer be like the children in spirit. Forever changing your minds about what you believe in about yourself. Make it the truth. Instead, follow the truth of all times. Jesus is telling you that. Take the truth, follow it within inside you. Allow it to manifest. Take the time to find the truth within you when you look into the mirror as a reflection of what you want to be. People don't even know themselves sometimes. I asked my sister, well, what's your hobbies? I don't have a hobby, and it's been such a long time. I've had all my grandchildren around me all the time. I can't even tell you what my hobbies is. I've been so darn busy. How many people can attest to that? We all can. Lent is a time for yourself, too. Love yourself. Are you not worthy? You are. I want you to stand in front of the mirror and re-question yourself. As a child, you were thinking about that and let it go. But let God come in and let yourself come in now. Let you be part of it. I look at myself in the mirror saying, Betty, what would you like? Esther, come. Esther tells me what I need to work on. I allow that for my spirit guides, but I also allow myself not only as spiritual, but also in the physical presence of myself, because we are two individuals, a trance medium and Betty. As the medium, I let Esther come in. As the human Betty, I go to the mirror and say, what can I change on me? They're the same, but yet they're not. Do you understand? Okay, so fasting, and when we say that, or being without or tuning, we'll say fasting is a tuning. The closer you get to God, the better it is. Better things are happening. The closer you work with your guides and the more you work with your guides, the better understanding you are with your guides, because they can communicate. You'll set up a mantra of a communication. Has anybody ever seen that Visitors, or where that egg thing comes down? What's the name of that movie, Michael? That we just rented out from, what's that? It was an egg, and I can't remember. Visitation, or whatever it is. They had to set up the alphabet of communication beforehand. They had to set up a mantra before their guides. Arrival, thank you. And she had to do that, and it's like what I'm trying to say with you. I want you to set up yourself, what you need to do about yourself. Set up something like arrival, a communication, like I would like to talk more with my guides, so this week I'm going to sit down and meditate with my guides a lot more so I can understand them. I didn't have the time now. I don't want them just to come in when they need to. I need to call on my guides 24/7. So I need to have a communication barrier. I need to understand them, and they have to understand me. At first, things don't come that way, do they? Like a child. You don't know the alphabets. You have to learn it, don't you? You have to learn the communication with your spirit guides as well. It takes time. You also, it takes time for Lenten, the 40 days. They're requiring you some time. Taking time for yourself is a good reflection of that mirror. So stand in that mirror 24/7, or for that week on every Sunday that you want to change. Take the time to get to know you. Ask, what can I change about me? What can I do about me? But don't beat yourself up if it don't come overnight. And if you fall off that, what you want to change, get right back on it. It's a new day. Remember, we have 365 days that are every day you're born. Brand new day. It's not the same as it was yesterday. It's not. You understand what I'm saying? It's a brand new day. Don't beat yourself up. Start that day all over again. As we master the Lenten journey, do thy work. Do what you got to do. Accomplish it, but just don't beat yourself up. The secret of Lent is just not giving up. The secret also of Lent is what you want for yourself. The secret of Lent is what God and you can share together. You're not walking alone. You're walking with Him. You forget about that. You heard that footsteps in the sand. You're not alone. He's carrying you. Everybody has heard that. But it's true. It's the light within inside you. He's never abandoned you. And He's also the way shower of Lent. Without a doubt, especially about what we believe in right now, right here. We believe that we don't die at spiritualism. And He rose from the dead 3 days, and even prophesied, like we do, a medium will prophesy about His death. And said, I will be back in 3 days. He prophesied about His death, what we do here in Spiritual Episcopal Church. He came back from the dead, what we believe in the Spiritual Episcopal Church. See how important that is? I want you to ponder on that. He knew about it. He had a purpose and a plan. He understood it. He took time. And did you think that gods have guides? Do you think Jesus had guides? He absolutely did. There are Archangel Michael and Raphael, Seraphim, and do you understand? There's guides. Jesus had guides too, just like you. Do you think that Jesus had to get to know Himself to have that master plan, to have a way shower of the world to come into this world? He did. Aren't you the same plan? You got to get to know your purpose. Same thing what God did. I'm not saying you're going to be God, but I'm saying I don't want to say, oh my gosh, He thinks we're God. No. But I'm trying to say, as He showed us as examples. He went inside. He knew His purpose. I want you to go inside to know your purpose. That's why I said that mirror is important. What do you want about yourself? Get to know yourself. Get to know what you are. And if you fall off that way, and if it's not a good light, change it. And if you like it, keep it. But just know that God did not make you imperfect. He made you perfect. You have a divine inheritance to be healing, happy, and whole. That's our Lenten journey for just a bit of temptation. And we'll go probably more into that next week, and then next week after that will be something different. Now our next week will be also, let me get into my Lenten journey here. Okay, that will be the forgiveness of Second Sunday. And each Sunday we reflect, so we work on a process, and then Sundays we reflect on what we want to work on. So we take Monday through Friday, or Monday through Saturday to work on it. And then we feast on the second, because then we have celebration to what we achieve. We atone. We raised up our consciousness level and progression to a higher fulfillment about ourselves, because we changed. Have you ever been through a pond? You can't, if it don't change, it's stagnant. But if you see a beautiful pond that has flowing energies, like our healing energies, our energies about us, you notice the locust flowers bloom up and all kinds of stuff, and it's a beautiful pond, and you have fish, you have growth, you have algae, you eat whatever you need to sustain life. But if you don't have it, and it's stagnant, and it does not move, you notice nothing grows. Just what you are, your energies, your vibrations. God love you in Jesus Christ, and we give you the praise and all the glory, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, so be it. Amen.